What's up, guys? Ron from Rohde Law. We're continuing in this Flex development series. We're driving out to Kennedale, Texas. It's about an hour from Dallas, but this is one of my clients' huge Flex industrial park. So check out the first video. I came into them and did a video about midstream where they're halfway through construction. The park is finished. It has actually got some tenants in there. And so we're gonna do a walkthrough about what are some of the challenges they had finishing up the project. We're getting to Kennedale, Texas. I love this market. It's just south of Fort Worth, and it's on that border of kind of some of that cheap farmland still, but Fort Worth is booming. And let's take a look at this statistic. I mean, the population is almost cresting 1 million people. It's probably over 1 million in 2024, but it's really proven to continue to be a low-cost place of living. People are relocating here. Cost of living is good. There are a lot of jobs in Tarrant County. And so for industrial, for Flex in particular, what these types of Flex products are looking for is residential clients and small commercial. So we're talking 2,000 square feet, maybe 5,000 square foot, and this is a bigger park, so they've got a variety of suite sizes. But if you're building 1,500, 2,000 suites, those tenants really like to serve residential neighborhoods. So do your due diligence, and let's take a look at this completed Flex Park.
What's going on, guys? How are you? Tony Wynn, my buddy Nick here.
Nick.
Anywho, it's been about a year since you've been here, so I wanted to give you guys an update, show you what we've built, but more so, I want to let you guys know some of the nuances, some of the obstacles we faced. I mean, it looks beautiful, but it came with a lot of headaches, and so we want you to check it out and maybe learn a thing or two.
Let's go.
All right, so walk me through the overall layout again of the business park. How many buildings, how many square feet?
We've got a total of 160,000.
61,000 square feet.
Subdividable to the minimum of 2,250 square feet. That's the minimum size that we're leasing out. And then the maximum, we've got one building back there that's 63,000 square feet just by itself.
And tell us again, this was your first development project.
Yeah, like of this scale for sure.
What are these green boxes?
Those are transformers that just got delivered from Encore. Anyone who wants to dive into this development thing and you're trying to bring a lot of power, that would be on the top of the list to contact a power company first.
Absolutely. So we definitely have to share with you that getting power is difficult. Absolutely difficult.
So what's so hard about it? Is it a question of power delivery at the street? Do they need to build a new substation?
I mean, literally, you need power from your electric provider. That here locally, it's Encore, and I can tell you that since we've started building all this, it's been a good near 18 to 20 months since we've been able to get those transformers that you just saw right there, which is for our last building that's been erected.
And so do you think that's a new concern, that tenants care more about power, or is that just a function of development in general?
Well, it's not a concern. Everybody needs power, and you really can't start charging a lease or activating your lease if they don't have their utilities.
For example, there's just a higher industrial demand for power. Is that what you're future-proofing towards?
Absolutely. So we're powered up for a 1-phase, but built out to support up to a 3-phase.
So I think this is where we were standing 1 year ago. This was just a big pile of dirt, but we had all of this conduit stubbed out, future-proofing. So tell us what we're looking at here with these pipes.
So these are, like you said, they're conduits, and every building is going to have these transformers and conduits pulled to it. But some of these conduits are still empty because they are set up for the future 3-phase. So, and you know, if you've ever done any kind of construction, you don't want to break apart concrete again. So it's just better to lay down the conduit. Just go ahead and pay the price of the conduits and get it ready. for later, you know.
Smart. All right, let's go into one of these buildings. I see you don't have signs. Are you guys going to call them A, B, or C, or building 1, 2, 3?
We've got numbers.
Price per yard for concrete. Yes, right now the price per yard when we first started, the concrete was fluctuating up and down. So when we first started, we were hovering around 150, 155 dollars a yard, and now it's shooting up to like 185, 195. But depending on what we had with the contract, we were able to stabilize roughly 180, 175, 180. Skinning is a big aspect. We have to go with Mother Nature as well. So with that, we really have to take a look at the weather, the wind speed, and all that. So we can't really touch the panels unless it's under 15 miles an hour or under. So anything with the gusts, we tried it at 20 miles an hour with wind gusts. We flew 2 of the 45-foot panels right off. It was, just took it like a little piece of paper.
Did they hit anything?
No, it just flew right off the roof. Yeah. So they tried that one, and then all of a sudden we tried another one, and that one flew out. So we just called it a day. So you really have to watch Mother Nature.
Yeah, because I think people understand rain delays. I understand, cold weather and freezing temps too. But then Tony was saying actually wind. So just one more thing that as a developer you're not prepared for. I don't know if you budgeted for the wind forecast.
No, not the wind forecast.
I've got one thing to add to that we did differently from our first October starting construction versus this past October. Our biggest obstacle in year 1 was rain. As soon as we started laying rebar, it started raining, which caused delay after delay after delay. And so a year into it, the following October, whether or not we were ready to erect, we went ahead and poured all the slabs necessary while the weather was good. And that's what allowed us to plow through the whole winter.
Do you think that the benefits of doing slab and stub outs are not necessarily for the cost savings, but for the time savings, since you save so much time if you get while the getting's good?
Right. So yeah, we definitely would want to take a look at what's available.
Just the steel itself.
Yeah, steel. So same thing like the stock market. So it's like a metal market. Anything that it'll fluctuate. So depending on when we're able to lock it in, if it's low, we'll go ahead and say, let's go ahead and lock it in with these buildings.
I just want to share as much as we've learned with you guys just because you're watching this. And so what just came to mind that was another obstacle we faced, insurance. Everybody knows all their rates are going up, and they'll come take a look at this product and they'll have a lot of different restrictions because they don't know who you may bring in. So I would definitely say you need to start finding an insurer because this reflects, 1, your liabilities and your exposure, but 2, your lending. Your lender needs to know.
All right, so how big is this?
This is a 9,000 square foot. Each bay is basically consists of 2,250 square feet.
All the stub outs are in the back for bathrooms. They're already all stubbed out. Everyone's got their own panel too.
Yep. So their own meter.
They're all ready to go. We just need to. If you get that 2250, your wall is going to go right about here.
It is going to be fire rated.
But you guys had flexibility.
Super flexible.
And
we can go as deep as you want.
Another fun fact as we walk through this big old parking lot, what you see is roughly $2 million worth of concrete.
So this is a nice example of a clear span.
Yeah.
So this building here is 43,000 square feet. It's kind of a stylistic preference because you can have a shallower building that has clear span and a deeper building that has columns. But what types of tenants benefit from either feature?
Well, I can tell you for sure we had an auto group want to come in, and at the time this free span building that we're walking was not available, and the columns in the other building was a liability, right? Because if they've got vehicles moving in and out, they don't want to knock down one of these support beams. And so that in the early phases was a deterrent for us and one of our prospects.
Looking at here for this
That's overhead water.
overhead water.
Yes.
Accessibility. Should there be any issues, it's an easy fix, right? Versus having to cut concrete.
I guess it's easier for leak detection.
Yeah, there it is. Go get it.
I can tell you one change I would love to make and I will probably implement this in my future build, is I do want a little bit of glass, maybe a glass door and an awning and a window.
Maybe you're more open to glass if the market could support the rents, and or if it was on a major thoroughfare.
Visibility.
Yeah.
Visibility.
It's all
Because then
about
you get the
visibility.
discount liquor, you get the barber shop, you get all these people coming from $30 a foot, $35 a foot rents, and you tell them, the rent's $20, $22, and they're like, sweet, sign me up.
Right.
And that only happens if you have enough glass to get that natural light and get
Right.
people parking. So.
And so again, that is also why I love the flex space. It's flexible.
So if they want to get in contact with you, how can they find you?
You can email me, Tony@Camino.biz, TONY@KEMENO.biz, B-I-Z. I'd love to kind of share my journey, and maybe if my journey and your journey aligns, I'm always eager to fill up the round table.
Just reach out to Ron, and he'll reach out to us.
Yeah, that's even easier.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree to that. So people only email me if you want legal services. All right, guys. Well, we'll wrap this up. This was an awesome video. Thanks for tuning in. Smash that like button if you're still watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Game now.
Dude, what the?
The way he's marketing.
Who did that?
Is that a warranty job? Do you need a lawyer?
Yeah, man. I think.
Is this a fresh pour?
Yeah. All this is fresh. So, I don't know.